Today is the 11th of June and we are still in June palettes. Today I am using a photo which Julia gave us, and it is Alphonse Mucha. I'm not sure, I don't think you pronounce it like that. Maybe it's Mucha, I'm not sure. But it's a image of, it's very Art Nouveau. It was done in 1896, and it's beautiful, like, and I love the color palette, so it's going to be an interesting image. And this is my little still life that I'm going to be doing today, and I'm just going to pull you guys up on my computer. And if you are here with us and you've said hi, say hi again, because I'm just opening up my YouTube. Good morning, Amy. Amy says, I like this. She likes the still lifes. Thank you. Good morning, Meryl. How are you? All right. So I have a very messy palette from yesterday, so I'm going to get rid of that because that does not have anything to do with today's palette. Yesterday was a busy day. Had a few drawing sessions. I don't know if did any of you guys come to the drawing sessions? And I usually save my palettes, but this one in particular was getting very messy, so I have decided to throw that one away. And I think I mixed a few acrylics into that as well. So yesterday had a session with Beth and Sam. It's not the Dion Baker and Beth Spencer. I'm not sure, did anybody make that one? And it was a doggy session, Dogs of Brooklyn. So Sam had gathered some images from her neighborhood, and some of the dogs that she knew. So I think these three, she knew the names and she knew the owners, but these two she didn't know, so Beth named them Ozzy and Sharon. Good morning, Maria. Hi, Reb. Hello, Christine. And then I also had a session with Helen Stark, and we went to Ile de Ré, which is on the west coast of France, a little island, and so we did some little paintings. I'm trying to get them to look like, even from photos, to look like they're done from life, so they, you know, they have a little bit more movement and less detail to them. Okay, let's get started because I have lots to do. I'm just going to put a name on this one here. Trying to find my pencil sharpener. Good morning, Laura. Hello, Nanette. Nanette, I finished yours yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. I just posted it this morning, actually. So on Monday, I was a day behind, so I missed that one. And I added, I will show you later, I'll do a little video. I added the paintings to some frames yesterday and hung them up in my house, which was, so 6 of them are hanging right now. I'm not sure if I'll keep them where they are. I may move them. They're in the hallway right now, so. Okay, so this one is the autumn. And this is the image. I don't know if you could, maybe you couldn't even see it on here. Here, let's do this. There we go. So you can see it. And the autumn by Alphonse Mucha. I don't think we say it like that. Maybe it's Mucha. Good morning, C. How are you? Thank you. I think I took in, there was a bit too much of the dark color that I brought into this. I think I could have done it a little bit more green, but still really enjoyed that image. Lovely. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to need some paint and to start mixing. I just replenished my colors because they were getting really low. That's what happens when you have a couple of paint sessions. A gorgeous morning out there. Have you been for a walk already, See? It kind of looks like rain here, but I'm not sure. It rained a lot yesterday. I didn't get out as much as I wanted to get out. So I'm just gonna very loosely draw this on here. I thought I would do a prep, like a prep board. A lot of times on my kitchen counter, there's nothing, and then suddenly there's everything when you're prepping. So I thought, oh, that would be a good one to do. Just breaking that up, and then another cutting board over here. Maybe I'll put this, I didn't put that in the image, with onions on here. And then I was going to have a bowl down here. How's everybody's week going? Did you guys get up to anything yesterday? It's Wednesday today, so I'm not sure if there's any. I'm finishing painting my kitchen. Just the walls. I'd started a while ago and I had skipped finishing it, like, you know, when you have to like pull the fridge out and stuff like that. So I said to myself, I'm gonna get it done today. We have friends visiting on Friday, so I'm like, okay, that's a good push to get it done. And I've been letting things slide, so okay, I'm gonna also put half of the avocado here. In here I just wanted kind of greens. There's some lighter greens. I'm looking at the palette as well because there's not too much variety. It's quite a limited palette. C says, yes, azaleas are beautiful everywhere. What color, Shah? Oh, and Laura says, I got back to my pottery class last night. Oh, wonderful. That is something that I would love to take up again. I love pottery. Like, I haven't done much of it, but I did take a class. My husband and I took a class with 2 other couples, and we made some really lovely things. The lady who taught us was a little eccentric, but, you know, really great. Like, I think she did a good job teaching us. Mine were slightly heavy, my pots, like actually really heavy. Like, they're not going anywhere. I don't know if I've got any down here, but they were super solid. I guess I was worried that they weren't going to that they weren't going to, that they were going to break, like when I was making the bowls. So I made them a little bit too solid. All right, I'm going to mix up some colors. So I tried to think about value when I was doing this. This time when I did this one, because the others were blind, like these ones, they were very blind, and I did them without looking at the color palettes that we were going to do them with. So today, this morning, before I got here, yeah, that one was that one. I did think about, because it's such a limited palette, I wanted some, a lot of medium, like mid-tones, and a little bit of dark, because there's not too much dark in here. Really, it's just the red. There is a little bit of a dark green, but that's it. There is a black. I could bring in a little bit of black, I think, or the very dark color, but everything else is light or mid-tone, but they're all in those golden colors with a little bit of green. So yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a challenge for me, this one, but we'll see. So I'm going to start off with some light warm tones. And maybe get that background in. Needs to definitely be warmer. Okay, well, I'm going to make it a little bit warmer, and I'm going to mix up a lot of it, because now I'm thinking I'm not going to do the light first. I'm going to go straight in with the table and get my mid-tone sorted. So it also needs to be a lot more yellow. Okay, well, we've got 3 colors going on here, and I think it's definitely going to have to be, I mean, a lot more orange in tone. I think that's a pretty good match for that one, so I'm going to do that as the table. Let's hope that I've got enough paint. Good morning, Kim. Hi, how are you? And Hippo. Hi, Hippo. Bonjour. Oh, the color of my kitchen. It's the walls. See, they're just a dark brown. They were brown before, like almost like a warm taupe color, but it was too light. So I'm not changing much. I'm touching up. I got lazy, and because everything happened last year, it was so busy, I just never got around to finishing. So it's just my push to finish. So I'm going to do that today. Are there any drawing sessions today? I don't think there are any drawing sessions today. Does anybody know of any? And Laura, what are you making in your pottery class? I'd like to know. I'm nosy, and I'd like to know. Were you out gardening, C, or did you go for a walk? Yeah, the azaleas are out, and the what's the one that's all smelly? The flowers, the purple flowers. They're not the azaleas, are they? But they're all out here and it smells so nice. I have to watch the time as I have to leave at 8 today. Lilacs, thank you, Kim. Yeah, the lilacs. I love that smell. All right, of course, I'm running out of paint, so I'm going to take some more, mix it. C said walk, but I'm ready to go planting and weeding. Our lilacs are home? No. What are your lilacs? Have a look what you wrote, because I don't understand the HOMR. Oh, Laura, so smart. Laura's making a sake set. That's so cool. Are you making the sake pot as well? Like the, you can't call it a teapot, but I guess it can be called a sake pot. Are you making that too? I think I want a pattern on this tablecloth today. Just to break up, because if not, I would need to go over with another layer, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to make a pattern instead. So no drawing sessions today, I guess, because nobody has come back with any drawing sessions. Oh, all your lilacs are gone. Wow, you're ahead of us. Ours are just coming out. Like the bushes are full. Laura says, do you usually buy a larger tube of white gouache? Can you recommend an inexpensive brand? Right now I'm liking the Schminke, but they go really quickly. You can see my Schminke have gone. That's 60 ml. Sarah sent this one over to me. I don't think it's cheap. It's the Da Vinci white gouache, and this one is really nice. I think you have to spend a little bit of money on the white gouache. Just an FYI, Cass Art in England, if you're in England, they have a watercolor sale, and I think it's almost 20% off, and that includes gouache. So if you're over in England, because I was going to send myself some for next week, just like these tubes, because I'm pretty much out of these tubes. Like, look, this one's gone. Like, this is my last. I'm gonna have to dip into my other gouache. So yeah, if you're looking at, okay, I'm just gonna if you're looking at purchasing some more gouache and you are in the UK, honestly, I think it's a great deal. I do have to look at the conversion though, because it may actually be cheaper to get it on Jackson's. So check out Jackson's and check out Cass Art, which has the sale. I do like these colors. They're so pretty. Thanks, Julia, for the photo. If you're here, I'm not sure if you're still awake. It's late in Australia. You're very welcome, Laura. Hi, Martina. How are you? Meryl says Da Vinci is what I use for white. Yeah, it's a great one. And Kim says my roses and peonies are in bloom at the moment. Lilacs and lily of the valley are done. Peonies are just coming out here. I should take a little drive. Maybe I'll do that today and go down to the peony. It's not really the peony park. It's where my daughter had photos taken for prom last year. I think I showed you some of those peonies, but I should go down and take some photos because they're so pretty. Okay, I like that color. I could probably go, I'm going to go a little bit lighter here. Oh, there is like a lighter. Shall I do lighter or shall I do, yeah, I'll go lighter. So I'm going to take that and mix it. There's no real pinks. It really is definitely more on the yellow. And this one is pretty much the same as what I had. Maybe a teeny bit of, that's too much. I'm going to say a little bit of blue to just push it back a bit. Okay, well there is this color in over here just a little bit and also here, but I could do with making that lighter. So let's take some more white. And a little bit of water. And then I'm going to, so you can see that's like a beige. I'm going to just block in these boards. I can just see things through it, but that's why I've got this sketch, so I don't need really that. Hi, Julia. Thank you for the image today. I love it. It's a good challenge. The color palette is limited, but I'm really liking it. So it's yeah, I'm gonna try and make this work. I'm gonna make this one the same because they're both chopping boards. Could be part of a set. Reb says same. Very much my palette, earthy, autumnal. I do love this palette, but I don't think I paint with it often. Yeah, it's funny what you're used to. I don't know. I don't think I limit my colors, but I don't think I limit my palette. That's just, yeah, how I work. So I'd like more of a golden, so I'm gonna take more yellow into here and a tiny little bit of this. And I'm gonna get this bowl in this golden color. And I think I'll go up here and just put this in this color too. Probably could, well, I'm gonna have some darker values in this cup as well, so that's okay. And then I need a smaller brush for the chair. I'm going to do that in the reds. Make it a little bit more intense. There are some dark reds in this image. And I'm not sure if I should do the onion like a light onion. Maybe I'll do it a light onion instead of a dark onion. But I did have tomatoes over here, so I'm going to put those on. Little cherry tomatoes. And I still want to do a pattern in the background as well. And then some half cut ones here. Yeah, this is a great palette. How are your portraits going, Julia? I saw the one that you did of Marilyn Monroe. That was great. Okay, not sure about this, and just put that one like that. I don't like them when they're all separate. Okay, and the pattern. I think, do I go a light on that? I feel like I need to almost go a little bit lighter. So let's, I'm gonna mix up a bit of the red with this warm. There really isn't this color in here, so let's adjust. Not too many pinks, definitely more oranges. And I think I can just go, oh, I didn't put the red on there, did I? I think I can just, is this too close to that? It is quite close. I don't think that will show. I can do some details though on the plate here, for example. Yeah, this is pretty much the same as what I had, so that's not going to work. I have to go a little bit darker over here. But I don't, I want to go lighter, so let's mix up some more. Let's just take that color and mix some white into it. Okay. It's very similar to the golden bowl, but that's all right. Good morning, Melissa. Julia says, I'm a few days behind with my portraits as I was away at the Celtic Music Festival for 4 days. Oh, fun. But I'm starting to catch up. Marilyn looked a little worse for wear. I'm sure she would love it. Okay, so I'm going to try and mimic the leaves, which I do believe are vines. So I'm just going to get those in. Melissa, do you know of any drawing sessions today? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Nothing on my calendar today, Melissa says. Okay, good. Then I'm not going to be missing anything. And I was going to do a live yesterday. I went over to Substack to do the live of this one that I finished yesterday. And there was oh, was it Emma Carpendale? Somebody was live, or Emily, I don't think it was Emily Powell. Anyway, I'm like, no, I probably won't. That's the only thing with Substack. There's a lot of people going live, so I think just being over here is fine. I do like the format over there, being able to see who comes on, and yeah, I do like it. But then when there's other people who you follow who are live, then I feel bad jumping on and being live and stepping on their lives because, you know, there's only so much space. I don't know. Should I feel bad? Should I just go ahead? It's okay. I just ended up not going on. Okay, well there's a lot of pattern going on here. I think I'm going to use this color also for this mat, or I think I thought it could be like a placemat off to the side. And then I do have to get some darker elements on here. Let's mix up a green though. I'm going to take the dirty yellow because I know that there's some blue in there, so I can use that. There really isn't this color on here, so let's go a little bit bluer, or a little bit greener rather. And there really isn't this green either, so I'm going to take some of the red and mix that into it. Okay. So I do have these two, they're actually, the avocados are not even, that should be a little bit lighter of an avocado color. Let's take some of this. That could be a little bit greener. Not that green. Goodness, that blue is like, woo. Okay. Getting some avo color. That is still not, needs to be lighter. Okay, we're going to go with it though. Can always lighten and darken a little bit of it. Not the best brush for painting. This is more of a line brush. Melissa said, looking at Beth's list, there's one with Holly Surplus, Hannah Marmara at 4 p.m., a co-sketch with Creative Lock at 8 p.m. BST. 8 p.m. BST is 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't know who Hannah Marmara is. Melissa says, Susanna Fisher has a Substack live at 1:30. Okay, well, I will see. I'm not with Holly Surplus, so I can't. And I don't think I'm with either ones. Creative Luck. I guess if I'm not doing anything, but I'll probably be busy. Okay, I'm going to take some of this color also down here in the salads that I'm making. Thank you, Melissa, though. I appreciate you looking. That's probably why I didn't know if there was anything, because you know how Luma, like if you sign up, then you are you're notified, but I wasn't notified of anything. It's a good way, it's a good day to catch up on other things, right? I got to keep an eye on the time. I have to go at 8. I think I said that already. Okay, once I start putting the darker elements on, it'll all come together. I'm just going to add a little stripe here, and I can't remember what else I had on here. I think it was just a knife, and that was it. I had the avocados, and then I've got the but I can put some different greens in here as well. The avocado, the onion, and I think I can maybe put a pattern or a stripe. Maybe I'll do a stripe on this cup. Just pull it together. Is it Father's Day this Sunday, everybody? Do we know? Okay, I've basically made it into a green cup now. Now I have to change it. Let's make this green a little bit darker. There are some darker greens here. I'll put that on. Nanette says, that's what I'm doing, catching up today. And Melissa says, I don't know most of those people. I know Holly, and she's a great illustrator and she does a lot of animals. But if you haven't signed up to my shadows meet tomorrow, and I mean, if you're part of our group, you don't really have to sign up. You'll get the replay if you can't make it anyway. But that's at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then Melissa has her art hang party. I thought I would just, you know, add a whole bunch of stuff. No, because I'm going away next week, so there will be a session probably on Sunday, but maybe not on Sunday if it's Father's Day, because if it's Father's Day I may not be able to do it Sunday, so it may have to be next Monday. So I'll look at times, probably in the morning. All right, there is like a dark browny red here as well, which I think would be perfect for shadows and also knives. Let's get that onion fixed. Basically, I'm going to make it a Spanish onion. Which is basically a white onion. Has a little bit of green. And yeah, that dark brown, so I'm going to mix that dark brown, dark browny red. Let's take all the colors. Not sure what color I should do the knife. Maybe I'll do a light color for that. I'm going to definitely need to go much darker. For shadows. But like I said, there is a black on here. I don't really want to put black, but I'll do a dark, dark red. I didn't put that on there. Almost forgot. Melissa says, I'm feeling a little like I don't remember what I used to do during my art time after abstracts April and my detailed self-portraits of May. I'm not sure if I can make tomorrow's shadow session. I've learned I can attend drawing sessions before art hang party, or I don't have enough energy. Oh, you can't attend. No, totally. I totally get it. Sorry, Melissa. I understand. But if you want to just come and hang out, but you're probably busy. You probably, yeah, like if you've got art hang party that evening, you're probably prepping and you're probably busy for that. So totally get it. And I wasn't really thinking, but Friday we have our friends here and today I have lots to catch up to do around the house before they come. Okay, so I'm going to do shadows of this color on the board. And then also do a little edge to the board. I did the shadow the other way, from the other direction yesterday, and for some reason it just didn't feel right. I do like the light coming from the left. Not sure why. Okay, so that's really just the board. I could make this a little bit darker actually, these shadows, because the object is very dark. So I need it to be a little bit darker near the base of the tomatoes, I think. All right. That knife can be lighter. So I'm just going to put it light. Whoops. And I'm not sure what happened to the top of this spoon. Oh, and that knife there as well. I knew there was something missing. The blade of the knife. Julia says, is the art hang party tomorrow recorded? Yes, always. Always recorded. Melissa has over 100 recordings. Julia says, I love this palette. Your painting is beautiful. Oh, you're very sweet. That's really nice. I do love the palette, and thanks for choosing it. All right, I'm going to go darker, a darker orangey red for shadows. Just a teeny touch of this blue. Not sure if that's dark enough. Let's go a tad darker. And Laura says, agreed. The palette is very Art Nouveau. Oh, yes, it's recorded, Julia. Yes. The shadow. Art Hang is recorded, and the shadow meet is recorded. Yeah. How am I doing for time? Ooh, 6 minutes. Woo! Not sure if I'll do this in 6 minutes. I should have worn my glasses. Glasses are so much better if you need glasses for reading, like when you're doing straight lines. That's when you really need to use them. Just going to put a tiny little edge on there. And also on the chair. Oh, and don't breathe as well, that helps. I wasn't going to do that with the onions, but I felt like it needed a little bit more of a... Needed a little bit more of a shadow. Okay, the knife. Actually, let's go with the tomatoes first. And the avocados. Let's do the knife. I'm going to do the larger areas. this. I should really put a dark green, but I'm going to just use the red for the skin of the avocado, the body. Hippo says, don't forget to watch the time, Shalata. Thank you. That's really nice of you. And Julia says, I love, okay, how do you say, is it Mucha? I had his 4 Seasons in print as huge posters in my bedroom as a teenager. And Hippo says, yes, beautiful colors, thank you. Do you make up your sketch or do you use reference? No, I make up my sketch. I do, I think of like a situation, Melissa, of like what I want. So today's was more about prep. And then I just think about like more placement and making your eye move around the image, and trying to avoid tangents and things like that, because that can happen really easily. Oh, I haven't done all the tomatoes with a dark shadow. I've got to do that. And then I'm done. And thank you so much for joining today, everybody. Tomorrow we will be back for another June palettes. I hope you guys are enjoying June palettes as much as I am. I'm really enjoying them. They're just super relaxing, and I'm really liking not having to think about the whole palette choice as well. I think it's such a nice idea. And we will talk more on Friday, if you guys can make Friday's Zoom, about July and what we have planned for July. I think everyone's going to be excited about it. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a really good day. This is the image that Julia chose for us. Thank you, Julia. I think there are some, I'm going to correct something quickly. There are definitely a lot of elements. I may have, I think I got most of the colors. Let me just put that there. And I don't think I put the dark one there too. So I'll do that as well. Just want to get a little bit more dark on this side of the cup, because it's a little bit light. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Oh, Mucha? Okay. Thank you, Nanette. Bye. Salut. Bye, Martina. Thank you, Esty. Mucha. Okay. Take care. See you. Bye, everybody.